Hi everyone, welcome to the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel where we cover the news, facts, and sentiments about the crypto market. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button. Guys, I've got bullish XRP news I want to share with you here. First up, digital custodian Anchorage adds XRP storage for institutional customers. So first off, XRP, despite all the FUD and hate, is being acquired by the institutional investors along with retail, and we're seeing the building of custodial services, hardware, software solutions, security for institutional money, also known as big money, right? That's a great sign if you're holding crypto because they continue to invest and build. And even in this current economic climate, we are seeing expansion across the board. XRP, the third largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, and is best known as the crypto used by Ripple for cross-border payments. Prior to Thursday, XRP was the only top 3 crypto not supported by Anchorage, which specifically caters to institutional investors. Here is a quote from the president of Anchorage. As the third largest digital asset by market cap, XRP appeals to a number of our institutional clients. Now listen to this, guys, which includes VC funds, family offices, hedge funds, and other large-scale crypto investors. That's music to my ears, guys. I love it. And they hold or they have services for other cryptos, not just XRP, obviously. So here, XRP joins 18 other digital assets already supported by Anchorage. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Don't be a maximalist for any crypto. Do your research and diversify as a investment principle, because you reduce the risk in your portfolio. That is why XRP is my number one. I'm certainly most bullish on it. That's why it's my number one. But Bitcoin is my number 2 and Ethereum my number 3. I also hold VeChain, Basic Attention Token, Tezos. I diversify because there will be multiple winners. Now, everything won't be a winner, but there will be multiple winners. So by diversifying, you reduce the risk and your ability to earn a return on your investment. Because if you just bank on one project or one coin, what if something happens to that coin, right? What if it falls through? You don't know what tomorrow holds. And that is the logic and reason you have to use when investing, guys. You really got to think about it. Now, you may say, well, who cares about Anchorage, right? They're just another crypto custodian. Well, guys, I got facts for you as always. Look at who are invested in this company. And it was started by the guys who worked at Square. That's right, Jack Dorsey's Square, which is also bullish on crypto. So Anchorage last year raised their Series A of $17 million, and it was from Andreessen Horowitz, but also joined by Khosla Ventures and angels Max Levchin, Elad Gil, Mark McCombie of BlackRock. Let that sink in, BlackRock. And AngelList Naval Ravikant. So they also later that year raised a Series B funding of $40 million, and it included Visa. Visa, guys. So this company's no joke. There's a lot of people investing in it. Look at the group here: Blockchain Capital, Visa Inc., and of course Andreessen Horowitz leading again. So just keep that in mind. Follow the money. Look at what's taking place here, guys. This is why this is big news here. And like I said, they're building for who? Institutional. Big money. And I hope you don't get discouraged by, FUD or different things. And people talk a lot of crap about XRP, but I highly recommend XRPs in your portfolio. Big things are happening around it. And on that note, Ripple engineers publish design for private transactions on the XRP ledger. So this is actually a great update. A new proposal specification from Ripple software developers would allow users to send private transactions to one another using the XRP ledger. Now we see that a lot of building is taking place on the XRP ledger now, such as tokenized securities and so forth. And I believe the XRP ledger is going to be used for a lot of things, and private transactions will certainly need to be layered in there, because if you have certain businesses, they're not going to want everything to be public. In a GitHub submission earlier this week, Ripple engineer Nick Bougalis said he and a group of other Ripple developers had designed a new private payment system for the XRP ledger to protect exchange users from malicious third parties. Bougalis, who is responsible for XRP's server software, said a system of blinded tags would make private transactions possible on the ledger. They would present a string of numbers that would be meaningful only for the intended recipient and appear random for everyone else. I like the idea, the building out of this, and privacy is certainly going to be a big part of it because, like I said, not necessarily if I'm sending you 1,000 XRP or something like that, but I think for companies, right? Big financial institutions that are going to be leveraging XRP. So just my thought there, but that is certainly great news. The building continues. Now, some good news, but comes from a place of kind of what's happening in the world right now. I'm not going to mention the name of the health concern, but Chris Larsen contracted the you-know-what, guys, but he recovered, and he tweeted today, I've fully recovered from the, and I'm donating blood and all of that. This is interesting, and it's significant because he's one of the founders of the Ripple, which XRP, they're building the use case for XRP. Not to say the company can't go on without him, but anytime a CEO, something happens to them of a major company, you can have kind of impact in different ways. So it's great to see that he recovered and everything's good there, but. Man, shows that this health thing doesn't discriminate, guys. Doesn't matter who you are, how much money you got, or what's happening. So stay safe. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, many of you know him. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, American businessman and author. He tweeted the following today, which was interesting. He kind of really broke it up here, talking about the U.S. debt and how bad it is, and that the debt system that we're on right now makes the rich richer and the poor poorer. I'm in agreement with that. Ever since we came off the gold standard, and he said here, save gold, silver, and Bitcoin. He is definitely a Bitcoin advocate. Recognizes it as digital gold. So you're seeing a lot of different influential people are recognizing that, hey man, what's happening right now, the printing of money and the system we're in, it can't continue. It's going to collapse, and it's just going to be the devaluing of the currency and inflation. And he's including crypto in that. That's a great sign. Now, some interesting news here. The FATF report, U.S. is not focusing enough on crypto financial risk, which is interesting. And we know a lot of regulations are in the works. Steve Mnuchin, head of Treasury Secretary, or Secretary of the U.S. Treasury, has talked about that it's coming soon. We know about different bills that have been introduced, but we have to wait and see what comes out from that. So the FATF has reevaluated the United States on its compliance with global anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing regulations. According to a report published March 31st, the U.S. is only largely compliant with the FATF regulations on cryptocurrencies and virtual assets. I don't think this is going to last too long. When they release the regulations, I don't know if it's being delayed right now because of the whole pandemic situation, but when it comes, and I think probably later this year, it's probably going to boost them up into probably a score of whatever, a higher score, or however they're measuring this. Now, real quick news, because we talked about it yesterday, but Binance has confirmed that they have bought CoinMarketCap. In a lot of acquisitions taking place right now with Binance, and they're going to start a Bitcoin mining pool. So interesting, and let's see how they get this going here. They can fix some of the issues with CoinMarketCap, and I am in contact with the PR team of Binance to set up an interview with CZ, the CEO of Binance. So stay tuned, guys. Hit that subscribe button. And I'm trying to get an interview scheduled, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But we're certainly going to talk about this acquisition and much, much more. Guys, what do you think about this news? I think here, XRP being added to institutional custodial services here is great news. And like I said, I personally diversify. I'm not a maximalist or anything. And I think you can see big money. That's how they think as well. Smart money operates in that way. They're not involved in petty arguments or emotional rants or whatever it is on Twitter. They are diversifying. They're looking at the real world application of these digital assets in crypto. And that's the way you should be looking at it as well. From a business standpoint, logic, no emotions here, no nonsense fighting, guys. So what do you think? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will talk to you all later.